Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with a little review slash update video on the current under-19 Cricket World Cup being played in South Africa. If you're not across it, tune into this video. It shouldn't be too long. We're just going to touch on the schedule, the upcoming games. It is into pretty much just halfway through. We'll touch on the tables, the most runs, the most wickets, highest partnerships, and what the future of cricket is looking like. So hey, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and please do comment down below if you've been paying attention to any of this tournament, any upcoming players that you like the look of for your country. I've been watching pretty much every single game highlights that they upload on YouTube, and I've been thoroughly enjoying just watching these youngsters play high-level competitive cricket. There's so much rivalry in it, and they're just playing for each other, and it reminds me of, not to sound like an old person, but my childhood and that competitive nature. So I really do love it, and just thought we'd go through a quick little video for everyone at home and touch on the main things that are going on in this World Cup and what we can expect. So let's get straight into it, into the World Cup. We've got matches on today. I think they've had like a 2 or 3 day break now, and they're back into it. The Super Sixes begin today. Big time stuff. Sri Lanka v the Windies, Pakistan v Ireland, and India v New Zealand, which is going to be a huge game. New Zealand finished 2-1 in their group. India finished 3-0 in their group. So these are two of the best nations in it. Arguably, India is probably top of that group at the moment. So this is a huge contest for the Kiwis. We'll see what happens and pans out in that one tonight. Scrolling down, we've also got playoff games. So the playoff games are with the other nations who finished at the bottom of their group, more of just like a consolation prize sort of thing. I don't think they're actually competing for anything, but if you see the Super Six, that means they're still a part and they are competing for the title. Nepal versus Bangladesh. Nepal have been so fun to watch. They actually beat Afghanistan in a match just recently, which was an absolute thriller, a last wicket win for Nepal. So it's just exciting. It's so fun seeing these up and coming nations too. Zimbabwe Proteas and Australia v England. The Ashes rivalry, the rivalry between these two countries is always there in cricket, but at the under-19 level, there is some absolute beef and there is some animosity between the two countries like always. So that's going to be huge tomorrow, and there's some big things to decide. Of course, there is a few more games that will end up being played in the Super Sixes and kind of deciding who makes it through to that next stage. All right, jumping into the table side of things now, we've got the first group stage and then the second group stage. So let's run through it. India finished top of their group 3-0. Really just dominated this entire group. USA finishing last. Team USA was literally just, I don't know, I'm not even going to comment there. Team B. Group B, South Africa 2-1, England 2-1, and the West Indies 2-1. So a 3-way tie, tough group. Group C, Australia finished 3-0, Sri Lanka 2-1. And then the last group was Pakistan, who did finish 3-0, and New Zealand 2-1, who Pakistan absolutely smashed the Kiwis as well. So a lot of difference in there. The second group stage here, India 2-0, Pakistan 2-0, New Zealand 1-1. And then group 2, Australia 2-love. I'm in tennis mode. I've been watching a lot of the Australian Open. 2-0, Sri Lanka 1-1, and you can see the rest. They're fighting for that second position at the moment. So getting the table stuff out of the way, you can see which teams are actually fighting for it, which ones are a part of the top echelon of countries. India, Pakistan, Australia, New Zealand, the West Indies, South Africa, England, your usual sort of 8 to 10 groups. But we're also seeing nations like Nepal, Bangladesh, and even, I guess Ireland. I mean, they've been close-ish in some games, same with Scotland, but unfortunately that's the furthest they will go. It's time for some statistics. Let's talk about which countries and which players are standing up in the future of the game, in the big stage of their career. we've got someone from Pakistan. His name is Shahzaib Khan. 3 matches, 223 runs, a high score of 106, 111 average. That's pretty solid. I mean, you're feeling quite good. You've been out twice, 1 not out. We've got Jay Andrew from the West Indies with an average of 98, almost 200 runs. Mushir Khan from India, 194 runs, a high score of 118, and averaging 64. Also hits a bit of boundaries by the looks of it. Maurice from South Africa, Dunk from Scotland, Saharan from India. So we've got another India player, 174 runs, high score of 75. Averaging 58, that's pretty solid there. McKinney, geez. And then we've got the first Australian, Harry Dixon, down here. 3 matches, 154, and a high score of 89. So it's been pretty light runs for the Aussies so far. They've played Zimbabwe, they've played Sri Lanka, and they've played Namibia. And a lot of those games have been quite low scoring, big wins with lots of wickets. So not completely surprised there. But yeah, probably some names to take note of. I think those Pakistan openers, they're both left-handed and they are very impressive to watch, along with Mushir Khan from India. That was a great 100 the other day, and I think they've got one there as well. So one to watch. Into the other one, most wickets, we'll touch on briefly. Ubaid Shah, which this guy bowls genuine heat. Like Team Pakistan, they look very dangerous in this World Cup. He's got 9 wickets so far. You've also got Pandey from India. He's got himself 8 wickets as well. He's been phenomenal. 4 for 24. And look at the average. Just 7. Economy of just 2. He is by far the best economical bowler in this top echelon of bowlers. Khalil Ahmed from Afghanistan. Tiwari from India. He's got himself 8 wickets as well. This is my personal favourite at the moment. Callum Vidler from Australia. He's only played the 2 matches, so 1 less than everyone else. 17 overs. He's 3 maidens. Only 45 runs has come off his bowling. 7 wickets. Best figures of 4 for 17. Average of just 6. Economy of just 2. Like, he's bowling phenomenal. He bowls great. Like, he reminds me so much of Pat Cummins or even just a bit of a Josh Hazlewood. Hits the line and length, bangs it into the pitch, and he bowls a ripping Yorker and a ripping, he's a great bowler overall. So Callum Vidler, 1 from Australia. Lahiru from Sri Lanka. Beardman as well. He's one to watch from Australia. Rowe as well. So those sort of names are amongst it. Take much from that. Shah, Pandey, Tiwari, Chand, Vidler. Keep those names up here. And we'll jump into the last statistic before we cap this video off and just discuss the more upcoming schedule. The highest partnership so far, as you can have a look here, Jackson and Dever Reddy from New Zealand against Nepal put together a 157 run stand for the 4th wicket. You've got Mushir Khan and Saharan from India who put together 156 against Ireland. And then it was Kulkarni and Mushir Khan again for India, 155 runs against the USA. And then it was this partnership just the other day between the Pakistan openers, 144 not out against the Kiwis. They didn't even lose a wicket. And it was genuinely some of the best batting that we've seen from openers in a long time. So, hey, that will cap us off for our slight Under-19 World Cup review update. I will touch on the tournament once it gets to the back end and once it's finished and the finals been played. I will discuss all of that in a future video. But hey, let me know if you enjoyed this little update video. As you can see, there's still some games to be played. I think each team probably has, 2 more games left? So it's just that, 2 more matches left, and that will decide who goes through to the semi-finals. So it'll just be 4 teams, and then into the final on the 11th of February. It's going to be big. I'm excited for it. I hope it's Australia a part of it. We've got some big games. India will play New Zealand today, which is massive. That's 2 of the best teams. And then we've got 2 of the other best teams play tomorrow. Australia v England. So keep your eyes peeled. If you're not up to date with it, you are now. I hope we all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everyone in the next one.